Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and we are today with more Doom. Why? Because I run into a little snag with Fallout 4. I would have definitely mentioned this in the review. Fallout 4 is boring. I find it very boring. It was very hard to get through the game the first time, and getting the footage for this review is just taking me for fucking ever to actually get done because the game is so insipid and dull. You know, that's the one thing. You know, when I did that first playthrough, you know, not that first playthrough, that first impressions video. When you play Fallout 4 for the first time, it feels very, you know, kind of fancy. It's all polished and everything. At least it was polished to me, although I now know a bit more of the problems that it had when it first was released. But, you know, it's amazing just how dull Fallout 4 really is. Just how utterly insipid it is. They kind of... once again... You know, there's a lot worse games than Fallout 4. There's a lot worse sequels out there than Fallout 4, and yet I've not been disappointed. Let me put it this way: it's not on the level of, say, Colonial Marines in just sheer disappointment. But it really, the thing is, when I finally realized that I didn't like Fallout 4, it was right when I just decided, just out of the blue, for whatever reason, said, I hate this game. And there's nothing too extremely bad about Fallout 4, it's just, I don't like it. And it's making it very hard for me to do a review of it just because that's why I do games that I like. Because the games that I like are games that are easy for me to review because I enjoy playing them and I enjoy getting the game footage for them and all of that. Like with Doom here, I can just fire it up and I'm having a good time. And you know, doing a little Let's Play is easy enough. Now, just so you know, this is Project Brutality, and the WAD is known as Whispers of Satan. Hail Satan! Hail Satan. But yes, Whispers of Satan. It's a very good Doom WAD. I have not actually finished it because this is one of those Doom WADs that it drags on a little bit. Towards the end, it gets very, well, for want of a better word, dull, and I can't force myself to finish it. So it's one of those things. That's one of the big problems with a lot of Doom mods is they kind of have what TV tropes would call ending fatigue. It just goes on and on and on, and especially if it starts not giving you ammo or any health, and you start dying a lot, and it gets annoying, and then the level design kind of sometimes these Doom WAD levels can be a little too big, a little too, you know, complex, to the point where it's like, okay, I just want to shoot enemies, not, you know, spend the next 6 months trying to figure out where I need to go. This isn't Hexen. And even then, Hexen kept it manageable, but, yeah, doing Fallout 4 has definitely been an experience. I'm thinking I might actually just do a few more reviews. I think the thing is, I'm going to rip into Fallout 4, but I'm not going to be like I did with, you know, Colonial Marines, because it's a very interesting thing that's wrong with Fallout 4. It is, as I said, very insipid, very boring, but not boring because, oh, I want to shoot everything all the time. It's just, you fucking cunt. That's one problem with Project Brutality, is it can be very brutal, hence why I'm only playing this with the difficulty level on harsh, man, and I have got the health regenerating just because, well, I don't want to die all the goddamn time. But yes, Fallout 4. It's taken a long time for me to took me a long time to get the game, and you know what? I remember when I was trying to be all, I don't want to get on the hate train, get on the hate wagon, you know, with everybody complaining about it. Like, the game was totally worth 60 bucks. No, it wasn't. It wasn't worth the 60 bucks at all. The game was worth... The game probably needs to be 60 bucks to recoup all the fucking development costs, but the gameplay itself just is not worth... It wasn't worth the price that was paid, I can tell you that. Because, well, it lacks a lot. And once again, it's going to take the review for me to explain what that a lot is. Because there's still people that like the game. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not going to say, like, oh, you're inexperienced with gaming and stuff like that. Because, you know, everybody likes what they want to like. And I think that's kind of the problem that people have these days, is they cannot allow other people to have differing opinions, which is quite annoying, to say the least. You know, it's like, I can see why people would like Fallout 4. It's just, there's not enough there for me. And I'm not even a Fallout 4 hipster. You know, I can't play... I'm not a Fallout video game series hipster, not a Fallout 4 hipster. I'm not a Fallout series hipster. I never have been. I cannot play Fallout 1, and I cannot play Fallout 2, and I certainly can't play Wasteland 1. Wasteland 2 is pretty good, actually, but... Well, Wasteland 2 has some things that annoys me, actually. So I'm not gonna like, oh, Wasteland 2 is better than every game ever made. No, I'm not gonna say that. Wasteland 2, you know, it does get a little overly complicated at times, and I don't need everything to be a simple one-button press. But at the same time, a little bit of simplification makes for a much better gameplay experience. Because as I always say, you know, you should never have to fight the interface, you should have to fight the enemies. And sometimes fighting the interface for Wasteland 2, I get that it's supposed to be a classic computer RPG, or a CRPG if we want to be fancy today. But I guess maybe I don't like CRPGs. It just... The thing is, for me, it can't be too simplified and it can't be too complicated. It has to have a nice balance. It has to balance to each and everything. Or then again, you know, maybe if the interface was a little different in Wasteland 2, I might like it a little bit more. But ultimately, I can tell you this, even with, you know, Fallout 4 has one of the simplest interfaces there ever is, and I still think it sucks. So it's not me lacking in intelligence, it's just, if I don't like the way an interface functions, I just don't like it. And I do not like the interface for Fallout 4, just like I don't really like the interface for Wasteland 2. Fallout 4's interface sucks. It's like, the Pip-Boy was a really cool concept. I love the Pip-Boy from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I always have loved it. Just, I love the idea of having this awesome computer you can wear on your wrist that somehow seems to work better than a smartphone. But, you know, I loved the Pip-Boy, and somehow, you know, Fallout 4, in an attempt to be fancy, they fucked it up. They fucked up the Pip-Boy. It's just, I don't like the way the screen looks. You know, I just don't like that. I know it's a nitpick, but, well, you have to look at that screen a lot. You do. Your goddamn inventory, and it's just, I don't like that. My opinion on the power armor has changed. I don't like the fact that you turn into a walking tank, and you have to constantly feed it power cells. Yes, it's more lore friendly like that, but at the same time, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the non-weapon degradation. Yeah, it's a little more realistic. It's not like, oh god, why is the game lagging? You know, it's like, if it's not bad enough, it's making Doom lag. You're making Doom feel bad, Fallout 4. But, you know, it's just... Fallout 4 does have a lot of problems. But the thing is, they're design-based problems. You know, it's like, it didn't have to be that way. It's just the way I feel about it. It could have been so much better had they not tried to go for the, let's have the entire world want to be the audience. Because when you try to make the game for everybody, as is often said, you make the game for nobody. Which is bad. That's bad. Okay. I don't get why the game is lagging like it is. Probably the whole computer's gonna explode. Why not? I don't know why it's lagging. Let's make a slideshow, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make one. And yeah, I know I just jumped across there and went through the entire bit of poisoned sewers. But I doesn't care, because if I can do that, I'm gonna do it. Now, of course, in this particular WOD, yep, we're getting a slideshow today. Probably both hard drives are dying, because they're both really old. Even though, doing some checking, they should be fine. And see, now it looks like it's going fine. I don't know what it is. The whole computer's going to explode, and then I'll never be able to make another video ever again. No, cries out the fans, but hey, you know, that's just the way it goes. Life sucks. and then you die. But anyway, let's see, where was I? But yeah, you know, just little things kind of started, you know, adding up with that game, and I think I'm not gonna be, you know, AVGNing that thing, but I definitely am gonna make it known that Fallout 4 fails. Fallout 4. But enough about Fallout 4, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I hit the T key. That's just what I said. How you spell that, I forget. And to the guy who made the Revenant even more annoying, you, sir, are a bastard. But yes, like I've mentioned in so many other things about Doom and all the rest, I just am a bit not ambiguous. I'm ambivalent towards a lot of these things. Meh, indeed, sir. Meh, indeed. Honestly, you know what I'd like to see? And it's not because I have turned to an old age either. What I'd like to see is another game like Quake 2. And yeah, I know, what's it? Gubbin. Another game I need to review. I might put that higher on the list. I'll have to replay it. What's the name of that fucking game now? Hard Reset is supposed to be sort of a send-off to Quake 2, but it's different, though. That's the thing. It's different enough that you can't really say that it's that much of a spiritual successor, right? Because it does have the two-weapon rule, but it kind of subverts it in that the two weapons all have different functions, which I thought was kind of cool, but at the same time, it's just... Quake 2 is an interesting beast. You know, for some reason, and I'm not even sure where this started, and I think this is an example of the internet having kind of a negative influence. Not that the internet is bad in any way, it doesn't have... The internet is what it is. It is what it is. The internet is. But I think the internet does have a negative influence on some people, though, when it comes to video games or movies. Some idiot, possibly me, says, oh, this is a piece of shit. And everyone's like, oh, it's a piece of shit because some idiot, this GeneralLotz guy, said it was bad. That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, it really is. I think some people have said that Quake 4, or not Quake 4, but Quake 2 was bad. And everybody just kind of went on with it. It was like, okay, Quake 2 is bad. We agree that Quake 2 is terrible. And I just don't see why you'd say it's terrible. Quake 2, I think, was it's probably my favorite non-Doom id Software game. I mean, I like it more than Quake 1, and I still love Quake 1. But I just feel that Quake 2 is just much more fun and fast-paced. Especially when compared to Quake, because Quake is a different beast from Doom in many respects, just because it's much more difficult than Doom, I think, because the base enemy you fight is the ogre, and there goes my phone with a text. I feel popular, but anyway, the basic enemy in Quake is the ogre. When I did a replay of that recently, I noticed that, goddamn, there's a lot of fucking ogres. And for those who don't know what an ogre is, it's not Shrek. This predates Shrek by many, many years. Rather, it is a creature that carries a grenade launcher and a chainsaw. Take up a shitload of damage, and they're about as common as, and I could be wrong about this, and correct me if I am, by shouting, "You are an evil man, GeneralLotz!" And I'll go, fine. I like being evil. But anyway, yes. They're about as common as imps are in Doom, and they're very, very difficult to kill, and they soak up all sorts of damage, and really it makes Quake a little slower paced, because they're a lot tougher to deal with than a lot of other types of enemies. And there are basic enemies in Quake. There are basic, you know, shotgun guys, there's some laser guys, but really, most of the enemies in Quake are really, really tough to kill, as far as I remember. Whereas in Quake 2, you know, there's still, even on later levels, basic enemies. Basic, you know, shotgun and laser guys. There's a lot more, there's a huge enemy variety in Quake 2. You know, it's like, oh, they're robots, but no, they're different types of robots. They're very cool, in my personal opinion. It's why I rate Quake 2 over Quake 1 any day, even though Quake 2 isn't really a sequel. If you haven't seen my review of that, Quake 2 isn't really the name of Quake 2. Quake 2 is just the name they chose because they couldn't find anything better. But yeah, Quake 2 just... I love it more because it's so much like Doom. It's nice and fast-paced, whereas, you know, you really do have much more of a horror atmosphere in Quake 1 than you would in Quake 2, and I kind of like that. I like Quake 1 for different reasons than I do it. As a game, I can just pick up and play. I can pick up and play Quake 2, like I can pick up and play Doom, as you can see here. You know, I can do that a lot easier. Whereas with Quake, you know, I gotta constantly be saving, because I'm constantly goddamn dying. Because like, as I said in the Quake 1 review all those years ago, you know, the Cyber Demon wishes he was as tough as the Abominable Snowman. I forget his name. Shambler. Shambler, that's who he is. The Shambler, man. That fucking lightning. That lightning will just tear your shit up, okay? And it's almost instantaneous. It's like it's going by the speed of light. And so, Quake is much, much harder. Really, you know, a lot of people I talk to really would like to have seen a legitimate Quake 1 sequel. And you know, I would not have minded to see that, because, you know, it's another problem I have with Doom, is we've already seen a remake of Doom. It's called Doom 3. Okay, Doom 3 was a complete and total remake of Doom 1. Okay, that's all it was. I don't really see why we need to do another one. Yeah, bringing it for the new audience and shit like that, but I just... It would be nice to have seen, you know, a Doom 2 sequel. I would have liked to have seen, not a Doom 2 sequel, but an actual Doom 2 remake. If we're gonna go the remake route for Doom, let's have a Doom 2 remake. And, you know, I think that's what would have happened with Doom 4. You know, because I saw that leaked trailer that it was on Earth, it was post-apocalyptic, that looked exactly what a Doom 2 sequel would have been, but for some reason people complained about it. But what would you expect a Doom 2 sequel to be? Would it not be post-apocalyptic? I mean, come on. I don't know. Will we ever see a Doom 2 remake? Possibly. See, that's the thing. What really kind of pissed me off recently is I saw a post, I forget where, about how, like, well, if Doom, the Doom remake, does really good, there will be a Doom 2 remake. Well, my question is this. Doom 3 did really good, so why was there not, like, a Doom 4, which was Doom 2 again? It's like, I just don't get it. And, like, you know, Doom 3 is an interesting concept anyway, because, let's face it, there are already several Doom 3s before Doom 3 even came out. In many respects, Doom 64 is Doom 3. It's just not called that. You know, it's like, Doom 3 was just a remake, and now we're doing it again, you know, and people are all excited about it. But that's the way hype goes. It's like, oh, did you see this new game? It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Oh, it's the greatest game ever. And everybody's like, oh, it's the greatest game ever. It's like, now it's like, the last game I was really excited for was Alien Isolation, and I know I need to review it, but I can't because emotion. And Alien Isolation I really liked quite a bit. It was everything they said it was going to be, and more. You know, and Alien Isolation, if ever I can finally force myself to do that review, I'll even mention, you know, many years ago, I had seen a bit of gameplay footage that somebody, bit of gameplay footage somebody had recorded of a fan-made game using the Quake 1 engine that was kind of like what Alien Isolation would become, and I was very excited about it. And here comes Alien Isolation, and it's good, because it's actually, you know, a little different. Yeah, it has a lot of elements from Dead Space, yeah, it has a lot of elements from other games, but it's done in such a way that it melds those elements very, very well. And it's still something different. And Doom just isn't anything different than from what we've already seen. It's just brutal Doom with better graphics, or it's Doom 3, or you could just say it's a high-res texture pack for Doom 3 with brutal Doom enabled, you know? It's like, it's nothing new. That's why, you know, I was a little bit excited at first, but then, you know, I started thinking, and I was like, this is not new. This is just the same thing we already have it. We already have this thing. Now, I remember, there was a Doom 3 BFG review on the channel that I accidentally deleted and was going to re-upload, only to find that I don't have it anywhere, so it's lost forever. But, you know, Doom 3 BFG really annoyed me because, you know, it didn't have modding support, and the graphics didn't look very good. You know, I guess, and the thing is, if you just had a 360 or PS3 and you never played Doom 3, then fine. You know, I'm not gonna fault you for wanting to play Doom 3, you know. But my thought was this: there were much better mods out there that you could get for free, and they did more than BFG Edition ever did. So it's like, why is everyone so excited about that? You know, it's like, because it's not any better. And, you know, Doom Remake doesn't impress me as much as it did when I first saw it, because it's like, what's the point here? You know, you got the Revenant, he doesn't look that much better. Maybe it's just old man John talking yet again. I couldn't tell you, but, you know, maybe I'll be surprised. I'm still buying it, and, you know, I'm gonna really try to get that review out, like, as soon as the game comes out, because it's not like I'm gonna get a review copy. I'm not that popular. Yet. But it's like, look at this. Here's Project Brutality. Do you honestly think, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, I'm calling upon you guys to comment here, do you think that Doom, the remake, is gonna be as good as this? Now, graphics doesn't matter. You know, you can have the greatest high-poly door ever made, but it's still a goddamn door. You know, is it going to have gameplay as fun and as fast-paced as this? Is it going to do it? Are the enemies going to be as varied as Project Brutality here? Is it going to be better than the fan-made mod? Is it going to do that? And if it doesn't, why am I impressed? I mean, the Project Brutality guys here have done even better than Sergeant Mark IV did. You know, Brutality is good. Project Brutality is better. The reason why I don't play Project Brutality as much is just because it doesn't work with some of the WADs. But when it does work, holy shit, this is a lot better than Brutal Doom. So the thing is the game that's 80 to 100 bucks, is it going to be better than something I could get for free? Is it going to be? And that's something you guys got to ask yourself, is the game going to be worth the price you're being asked to pay? And will it? I don't know. It doesn't matter, because they're still going to get my money, but I'm not willing. Well, I guess I am. They're not they're not forcing me to buy the game, but like, I'm not getting it because I'm super hyped up about it. I'm getting it because I legitimately want to see if they do a good job. But I don't feel that they can. You know, they're going to put the Imp, the Baron of Hell, the basic enemies. They're going to do all that, and they're not going to go all out like a fan would. And, you know, there's plenty of excuses that can be made for that, but at the same time, I'm through making excuses for games that don't need me to make excuses for them. You know, I shouldn't have to. One of the things, though, is I'm really thinking about going back, and this is something that all four of you will give a shit about. I'm really tempted to redo my review of, you know, Alien Trilogy. I really was hard on that game, and it doesn't deserve me being hard on it. That was back in the day during that old hate period where I just would hate on certain things for no real reason, and it just does. It's not fair to the game for me to hate on it, because it was actually a really good game. I'd like to see one of those. You know, I would like to have seen another Alien Trilogy, because that was a good game. Really, you know, it did what it needed to do. And once again, it's funny that a game from 1990 whatever is still better than Colonial Marines. It's just interesting to me how a lot of these AAA games, they have millions of dollars, massive teams, and yet they still just lack a soul, like what a lot of these fan games, or yeah, fan mods and fan games have. You know, and I guess it's because they're more concerned about profits, and you know, you can't fault them for that. They want to make money, otherwise they go out of business. You know, and then where are you at? But it's like, these modders do such a better job, it seems to me, than these AAA people do. It really just seems that way, and I'm getting shot to pieces over here. I'm gonna save, even though I never really think to. But you know, it would just be nice to see a AAA game have love and attention to detail that a lot of these mods do. Honestly, you know, I wonder if it is a bit of arrogance with some of these major developers. It's like, here is our product. If you don't like it, just don't play it. We're not making it for you. We're making it for money. And it could be that that's how it goes. That could just be my cynicism talk. Well, it's not even cynicism. It's just it's what it is now for some reason. You know, it's like. One thing that's also somewhat amusing is apparently, oh no, COD Black Ops 3, 4, or something like that got leaked, and I gotta make a snarky comment on that. Okay, is it gonna have a 2-weapon rule? Yes. Is it gonna be a boring, cliched plot with regenerative health? Yes. So what did you leak again? What's the difference? Because every COD game since the Modern Warfare trilogy has been exactly the goddamn same. Yes, they've added a few things, but that's literally just them catching up with older first-person shooters. Like Advanced Warfare? Fuck Advanced Warfare. And I'm saying that because of one major reason. And once again, I try not to swear as much, I try not to have as many fucks in my video as need be, but really, that's the best way for me to describe that game. Just fuck that game, because that's not special. You didn't do anything different, really. Yeah, you got like a double jump or some sort of mech suit. Crysis did that in 2007, okay? You're not special because you ripped off Crysis. Now, obviously it's not a rip-off of Crysis, but the thing is, you know, it's like, oh, this new COD game, they did all this. No, other games did it, and I think they probably did it a little bit better. You know, that's the thing. I just don't understand why people even bother playing COD. They have done nothing new with that series. And yet it still sells millions upon millions of copies. So what do I know, you know? And I still like the Modern Warfare series. I still like COD 1, not really 2 though. Honestly, I find it funny though that the Modern Warfare series has sold like hotcakes simply because no, it sold more than fucking hotcakes. Who fucking wants a pancake? No, it's like the Modern Warfare trilogy. I have every game in the Modern Warfare trilogy. I have them. All of them. And yet, you know, each of those games is exactly the same. There is nothing different in Modern Warfare 3. There's nothing different in Modern Warfare 3. Even when you come to the multiplayer. It's like, yeah, there's some different missions. Yeah, there's a survival mode in Modern Warfare 3. Oh my god, that's the most original thing I've ever seen. And it's like, how does this get popular? How? How, I ask? It's wrong. Ban this sick filth. Save. Oh, I'm so fucked right now if I don't use Twitch reflexes. Twitch.tv. Good thing I saved. Yep. Down I go. Okay, let's switch to the shotgun. Blast our way through here. Grab the band-aids. But seriously, do you think Doom 4 is going to be this amazing with, like, this kind of enemy variety? You know, multiple Barons of Hell? It's going to be one, okay? It's going to have, like, 4K textures. Oh my god, you can see his individual scars, you know? It will be the most amazing thing ever. But there's only 3 models in the whole game. Each model cost $1 million. It'll be one zombie man, but like you'll be able to see each individual hair. It's like, you know, I get the concept of graphical complexity. I'm not like these kids today with their 4K textures. I'm not doing that, but it's like, you know, if you have to sacrifice complexity just so you can have one fancy ass model, it's like just see, like even with the imps, they have a little bit of variety to them. It's like that really, I think, was really the problem with 3D graphics from the get-go, is that you really were limited in what you could do because you could only make so many goddamn models. It takes a long time to make a 3D model, you know? I'm not saying we should go back to 2D graphics, I'm just saying that we need to be less concerned with, ooh, the graphics are super realistic, and more concerned with what am I actually looking at? You know, what am I seeing when I play a video game? Am I seeing the same model over and over again? Because that gets kind of boring after a while. It's just, it's just something that needs to be thought about. People need to think about what are we giving up and what are we getting in exchange. I don't know if we're not getting the raw end of the deal or not. I think we might be. Oh, and that's the other thing. And another thing. Old man John is ranting yet again. He needs his happy pills. What? $6,000 a pill? Fuck that. Oh wait, we need to go this way. But no, seriously, it's like, okay. Let's take a look at Doom. Let's take a look at Doom. Let's take a look at Quake 2. Look at how complex the levels are. I'm not the first person to say this, but, well, level complexity is way down because we're so focused on, oh my god, look at that wall texture. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Oh, look at that. It's like, yeah, maybe we should focus less on wall texture and more on, you know, where are we playing? What are we playing through, you know? If ever I can make a game, which making a game is not an easy prospect, I would not mind making a classical FPS, a real classical FPS, because, you know, that's something that some people say about Serious Sam, that it's a classic, it's a throwback to classic FPSs, and it really isn't. Serious Sam isn't just a throwback to the classical days of first-person shooting, rather, Serious Sam does its own thing, and it does it well, actually. Serious Sam is a giant arena shooter thing. And, you know, I think that's one of the things that is great about Serious Sam. But to say that it's just a throwback to the days of Doom and Quake, it really isn't. And yeah, I had to run away to fight again another day. I want a good throwback. Something that has the level design of, you know, a Quake or a Doom, but with perhaps not extremely modern day you know what we need, really? Quake 4 did that, and I hated Quake 4 for some reason, although I played it again recently, and I might... The thing is, doing a review of Quake 4 would be very tough for me, once again, because there's so much I want to talk about it, and it would be a classic GeneralLotz review, because it would be me going on for 20 minutes of why this game is great, you know? Which is not a bad thing, it's just, it's very hard to do that today, just because of how much less time. Because one of the reasons why I used to be able to do these big, long reviews and did them, you know, on a fairly consistent basis, was because that was back when I was in college, so I had plenty of time. These days, not so much anymore. But, overall, though... Oh, damn it, I remember this. This is about as far as I got in Whispers of Satan. Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan. Shit. Don't fall off the cliff. One of the things that Project Brutality does is you do have a little dodge move you can do, but all it usually does is send me sailing off a goddamn cliff. Yeah, I'm missing like you wouldn't believe, but I don't care. Alright, so here we go. And we gotta go to the other one, and that'll spawn some enemies. Yep, spawns two of those. Oh, one of those big guys. Oh, damn it, I'm stuck down here. Yeah. This Project Brutality, I cannot use cheats, which I guess keeps me honest. I guess if you guys had made... I wonder though, you know, you ever wonder sometimes, because I do, because I wonder about a lot of things, because my brain is always percolating away. What were the Project Brutality guys doing back in 2009? Or what was the Brutal Doom guy doing back in 2009? Or what was the state of the Doom community back then? I was playing, you know, Doom WODs back then, but I wasn't really as aware as I am today. Yeah, it's always interesting to wonder, you know, just what were these people doing? Because obviously they had to be alive back then, you know. So, like, what were they doing? What were they thinking? It's one of those little questions that I can't help but ask. Because you gotta wonder, just like, what was going on back then, you know? Did they have any idea of doing this kind of thing? Alright, so this is going to be the last level we do, because I am growing weary. Old man Lotz is tired. He needs his milk of magnesia and his, well, what's that old people drink? I can't remember it. Ensure, that's what it's called. You know, my grandparents are like in their 70s, and they would rather be caught dead than drink something that disgusting. Although for whatever reason, my grandfather likes sardines, so I don't know, it might be a step up from that? not imagine somebody eating a nasty little dried fish. And I guess apparently somebody must eat it because they sell enough of them. Alright, there's some bastard somewhere. Yeah, I can see a cacodemon, but it's too dark for me to see, even with my flashlight. A flashlight in Doom. What a time to be alive. But on that note, you know, I'm thinking for an interim review while I try to work up the steam to do Fallout 4, you know, I'm thinking I may actually do a couple of Half-Life reviews. I've not played Half-Life 1 all the way through yet, but I'm definitely getting there whilst playing it on Spin Co-op. Spin Co-op's pretty good. I've played with a few fans already, so you just kind of have to hit me at the right time when I'm on there, and I usually will invite you on. But, aw, you son of a... You dirty bastard! Ka-ching! Yep, there we go, dead. At least it's an insta-kill. Okay. First, I must sneeze. But anyway. Yes, doing that on Spin Co-op, but I've already played through the 2 expansions already through Spin Co-op, and I was quite impressed. Actually, a fan got me both of those expansions, and I only got to them now, and they were both excellent. I'm tempted to do a review of both of those, since they're not all that long. And it goes to show you that Gearbox, at one time, actually had some artistic integrity. Whatever next, right? Okay, good. We made it through there. But I enjoyed both Blue Shift and oh damn it, I can't remember what the name of that one is now. Onslaught, First Strike. I can't remember what it is. Like I'm completely drawing a blank now as to what that one is. Like you play a Marine, and you're supposed to like go after, you know, Gordon Freeman. But eventually you don't. Anyway, I can't remember what it is, but it's the other one, whose name I can't remember, which I actually liked more than Blue Shift. But the Blue Shift is really short in comparison. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing that since they're nice and easy to do. Alright, there's that motherfucker. Alright. That's one ugly motherfucker. Motherfucker. Oh yes, and The Predator is coming out. I'm well aware of that, so you don't need to remind me that it exists. Yes, The Predator, ladies and gentlemen. Showing that, even though Shane Black is working on it, it of course has to go with that particular... Oh, that's just harsh. I don't think Doom 4 is going to have that. But no, but that's one of the things, you know, it's like, The Predator. You know, we might do one more level? Yeah, that's been okay. You have destroyed the monsters amongst the acids within the bases, and a message is beamed down to you from your control ship telling you that more hellspawn lie ahead. The news is not looking too good because bigger, more brutal enemies lie in your path. Let your boomstick sing its song. You've saved Earth before, well, most of it. Mostly. The haunted, unexplored base awaits, where every human is a pile of guts and bones. Truly the greatest story ever told, right? Well, I don't know if I'm going to finish this level. Oh, I remember this one. Since I know how to actually finish it, this might actually make for a good ending to Old Whispers of Satan. Hail, Satan! Hail, Satan. Yes, The Predator. You know, I hope they change the title at some point, because I just find that so annoying. It seems like, okay, what are we going to name this one? We'll just put a The in front of it. It's like The Final Destination, or The Fast and the Furious. It's like, that just, it annoys me, okay? It's like, I expect Predator to have a little bit better naming conventions than the Fast and Furious series and the Final Destination series. Yes, both series are actually more entertaining than they should be. But, you know, it's like, The Predator, really? And the thing is, I really liked Predators. I don't get it. Like, why do people hate Predators again? It's like, did we see the same movie? What was the bad part? The part where, you know, you had the Japanese guy sword fight Predator? Is that bad? Because if that is, then Doom is literally the worst game ever made, because truly action must be horrible. I still have my review of that from 2010, man. to see that opening fucking night and enjoyed it immensely. It's one of those few movies that even my grandfather watched a few times. But, you know, it's like, Predators was awesome! I absolutely love that movie. I don't know if it was PG-13 or R, but it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. It were good. You know, Whispers of Satan dude, whoever you may or may not be, and I think it's an old-ass mod, so you're probably far older than me. Fuck you! Why? What made you think it was a good idea to make the player have to deal with the most annoying enemy in all of Doom? It's like, this guy's even worse than the goddamn Archvile. And yeah, I'm going there. The Archvile is not as annoying because there's never as many of them, you know? There's the Mancubus. Old fat boy. Oh, you can't say it anymore. That's fat shaming. That's bad. Tumblr will destroy you for that. Come on, get in there, you idiot! Come on, stop dying. I think I saved in time. I do like the fact that there's a new Mancubus, the poison Mancubus, which is cool, and the poison effect is from Hexen. That is awesome. Look at it. It is beautiful, and I'm gonna die probably. No, I'm not. I'm almost out of shotgun shots. Oh, 2 for 1. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to do this extra level for you guys. Ooh, black hole launcher. Fire! Fire! Total carnage! Don't fire! That was a waste. Total carnage. Yeah, is that gonna be in Doom 4? I doubt it highly. Also, one of the things I think will also happen with Doom 4 is there's not going to be nearly as much modding support as Doom 1 has. I can guarantee there won't be. Now, if I'm wrong, then good. I want to be wrong on that. I want you guys to smugly say, well, it looks like there was General. But I just have a feeling there won't be. And I knew there was a Spider Mastermind. I never saw that guy before. That's neat. I like that. The Architron there with the ability to fly. I'm getting fucked up. Okay. Let us use the phase plasma pulse cannon and get shot about 1 billion times and miss. I gotta reload that. Gotta reload that save. Which would be nice is we had some quad damage, but this is not Quake. It's Heretic. This is Heretic, right? Playing this old Corvus, old Corvo. Oh, massive damage. 321st strike. That means absolutely nothing. That was beautiful. That was, the beauty of that is unsurpassed. And we're being shot at by literally everything. Okay, let us take out let's just use up all our good ammo. You know, because we're going to stop recording after this. We went through a great deal of Whispers of Hail Satan. We're at map 7. And I know that since this is a Doom 2 WOD, it's got to go on for hours. That's the only problem I have with Doom 2, really, is it just goes on overly long. You know? Sometimes you can have too much of Doom. And the thing is, as Doom 2 went on, you know, the level design just wasn't as good. It wasn't as good. I still think, honestly, that, you know, E1 of Doom is still the best Doom ever could possibly get. The levels are just masterpieces all around. The best part was, at one time, no, I don't think they were free. Shareware wasn't free. I think you had to pay for it, but I bet nobody did. I would imagine that there was still a great deal of software piracy even back then. But ultimately, I still think E1 is the best of the best of the best server. Oh yes, though. I wonder though, will there ever be an attempt to make another Doom movie? Because I think the way Hollywood approaches these movies like this now, you know, we might not have another shitty ass Doom movie. God damn, that was shit. I still have that copy of that review. I just haven't been able to upload it because it keeps getting taken down. Man, I hated that, and I was so excited for it too. Like, I should have known that it was going to be terrible, but I wanted it to be good. I really, really did. Like, I even bought the novelization. I have that. I have the Doom movie novelization. I was that excited for it. Well, you never know. I mean, it's such an easy movie to make, too. It's like, goddamn. Why didn't they just make a good one? Fucking cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as Doom Guy. Just have him shoot. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, what does that do? Grenade type, sticky. Sticky grenade. I'm being shot to pieces over here. Let's see. Let's get out a gun that's a little bit more accurate. That pinky right there, the Robo Pinky, is literally dumber than a box of hair. Like, for me, you know, Metal Slug already has a movie. Metal Slug, the movie, is literally, Commando. Because it's perfect for that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully completed all the way up to map 7 of Whispers of Satan. Hail Satan! Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to continue working on all of my various videos, and so this is GeneralLotz wishing you good return to Castle Wolfenstein and good Wolfenstein the New Order. Holy shit, it's not over yet! Oh man, we made it. Barely made that. I thought that was the end. Goddamn archvile. Anyway, in any event, it's GeneralLotz wishing you good Wolfenstein 3D, return to Castle Wolfenstein, or whatever makes you happy.